mean, these teams score a great deal of transition baskets. They want to use their speed, their quick. And attack the defense before it gets set.
Now Holiday. To the inside. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Jalen Williams. Doris, it seems like every year Tatum's name is right atop the MVP ballot.
To me, Brian, it speaks not only to his talent, but also his consistency and the work ethic. The game is important to him. He's versatile. He's clutch. He's everything you want in a star player.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Here's Hartenstein. And fouled as he went up to dunk. Good aggressive move. He'll shoot a pair. Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks.
Good on the shot.
Kristaps Porzingis, a tough cover. This guy knows he can make threes. Now you get inside the lane and look out.
Williams on the wing. 4-3. Boston pulls it in. And here comes the break. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, what a display of toughness from Kristaps Porzingis. He's a rock down low.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops in the layup for two.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Outside Tatum. To the paint. Here's Porzingis. The layup off target.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
Back to Williams. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Porzingis sets a screen. Here's Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. And stolen by Holmgren. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. And Porzingis with the block.
7'6" wingspan, sending it back. Kristaps Porzingis with the rejection.
Holiday from long range. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Just over 2.5 minutes played here in the first. The kick out to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Porzingis with the block. Back to Holiday. The three. Hartenstein pulls it in.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Porzingis with the block. To the middle. Inside. Unloads. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Porzingis has got 6 points.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Holmgren. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
And this is where Holmgren is such a scoring threat. His size can make interior shots easier to find.
Back to Tatum. Outside White. 6 to shoot. Down low. And stolen by Hartenstein. 3 on 3. Hauled in by Brown. To the middle. Here's Tatum. Yep, that one goes.
Well, Jason Tatum has worked hard to fill out his frame. It's not going to bother him that you're bringing a level of physicality.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That shot missing. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period.
Outside, Brown. Back to Tatum. To the inside. And the jam by Brown.
They're beginning to take control now, and this could be a crucial point in the game.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Outside, Williams. And Williams punches it home.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Now here's Holiday. To the paint. Porzingis. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Holiday. Porzingis has got 8 points.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Caruso outside. Just 4 to shoot. Wiggins for 3. Porzingis grabs the board. Pass to Tatum. Shoots over Wiggins. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Boston Celtics. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter.
19.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
They've been pretty intimidating on the defensive end, knocking away shootings, containing shooters, and making it tough to find looks.
Here's Pritchard. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
And stolen by Williams for the finish. Oh, now that's how you finish a break. Throw it down with force.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, BA. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
The first one falls. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, BA, if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Inside. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Boston leading by 7. Here's Horford. Pass to Pritchard. To the paint. It's tipped. Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Wiggins. And that one's good. That makes him 2 for 3.
Transition basketball, the most reliable way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
Substitution on the court.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Pass to Brown. Down low. Here's Porzingis. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
And this is outstanding vision by Jaylen Brown. This guy dishing the ball beautifully to his teammates.
And here's Hartenstein. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Dort. White with the steal. And here we go. The Celtics on the run. Porzingis misses. Thunder trail by 7. And stolen by Holiday. To the middle. Here's White. That shot off. Good work defensively by Dort. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No luck on that one. Here's Tatum. Okay! Tatum punching it home.
You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. So it's Boston now. And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Pass to Hartenstein. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. They lead by 7 to the inside. Porzingis. And the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. Porzingis has got 12 points. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Outside, Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. From deep, the Thunder with another miss. Celtics lead by 9. There's a minute 47 left to play in the second quarter. The kick to Tatum. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Oklahoma City now. Wallace's shot is good. Wallace has gotten his second bucket of the game.
Always helps to get these kinds of looks, right? Super easy to convert from that distance.
Tatum inside. The Kick out to White. Three-pointer. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White, rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Back to Williams. "55 seconds left to play in the half. Here's Holmgren. Tries yet again. Look at Chet using his size inside.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
To the paint. Oh, deflected. And stolen by Hartenstein. Here's Williams. A quick shot there. It's off target.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Back to Tatum. Fires the three. Inside. And stolen by Hartenstein. And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
There's 10 seconds left in the second. Back to Holmgren. Three-pointer. Doesn't go that time. And so it's the Boston Celtics finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Celtics leading by 8. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Pass to Horford. Elbow shot. The Thunder with the rebound.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Left side, Porzingis. And stolen by Hartenstein. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Williams. Another shot. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Basket's good.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Looking to get it going. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Goes up again. And Hartenstein with the lay-in. Hartenstein's gotten his first points in this one.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
It's Holmgren, high post. Gilgeous-Alexander from outside. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net. I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Of course, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits? Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually he can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To the middle. Here's Brown. And the jam by Brown.
How about a little bit of daylight is all Jaylen Brown needs, up off his feet in a hurry.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. So both teams making some changes here. And it's the Thunder with the ball. Trailing by 8. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Caruso. Dort, left side. Outside, Williams. Clock at 6. And stolen by Holiday. Now the Celtics on the move. Outside Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, it sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling. Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness. Yeah, teams will try to get physical with SGA, but make sure you understand that wiry frame is big-time strong.
Outside Craig. Down low. Here's Horford. Pass to Hauser.
2 minutes remaining.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And Dort is such an important guy on the defensive end. Lou Dort.
He is strong. He plays hard. He's willing to mix it up physically. He's a tremendous athlete. This guy is tough to score.
And Joe Mazzulla has called timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Well, the Thunder will be building a new arena, Doris, right across the street from their current home.
Well, how exciting that the downtown arena is set to open in the 29-30 season with a 25-year lease. This secures the team's long-term future in Oklahoma City. And honestly, BA, this fan base is so passionate, they deserve it.
Here we go, one-on-one. SGA with the big finish on the fast break.
Well, just a great read by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, getting in transition, making it easy.
A minute 35 left in the third quarter. Over to the left wing. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Oklahoma City now. A big stretch here going, 10-2. That misses. Had a chance to tie it. The Celtics with the lead. Inside. And stolen by Williams. Oh, swiped away.
Oklahoma City foul.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder. Their defensive intensity has served them well. It kept the offense scrambling and resulted in several steals.
Horford hits them both.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
On the wing, Caruso. Back to Wallace. Pass to Williams. With some arc. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Jaylen Brown picks one up. Oklahoma City shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts of the game.
Taking 2 shots.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Celtics lead by 3. And that one's good. Porzingis has got 14 points.
You get the sense his teammates recognize Kristaps Porzingis is in rhythm. Let's keep feeding him.
Williams. It's good. Now here's Holiday. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. KP wrecks the rim.
Well, 7'3" doesn't need much of a vertical, easy finish for KP.
Williams on the wing. Second chance shot. Can't get the layup. And some nice defense there to end the quarter. And we've reached the end of the third. Boston out in front. They lead by 5. And we're coming right. Well, what a terrific game it's been so far. With this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Thunder trail by 5. Wiggins outside. Pass to Williams. Back to Wiggins. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Up top Wiggins. Just 3 to shoot. Some room here for Williams. And that one's off. He misses his first shot of the game. Here's Tatum. Kick out to Brown. Back to Tatum. The 3 is up. Brown, no good.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And stolen by Porzingis. The ball's knocked loose. Here's Wiggins. Lays it up and banks it in.
Zero rim protection. Unforgivable in a tight ball game like this.
You know, we talk about execution offensively coming down the stretch. To me, it's as important defensively, and they didn't have it.
Good work defensively by White. Boston leading by 3. It's Brown on the wing. Pass to Porzingis. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, BA. It's 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think, as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence. You know, he may be kicking himself for that one miss, but establishing the 2-possession lead was key.
Looking to get back on track. Boston pulls it in. They've led by as much as 10. To the inside. The kick out to White. The 3. Hits a 3-pointer. And the Celtics lead by 7.
You have to have a quick release in the catch-and-shoot game. Otherwise, you allow the defender to catch up. Derek White's like, no, sir, I'm putting this one home.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hi, guys. Well, Mark Daigneault was just reviewing the plan with his team. Point blank, he wants better shot selection. He told them, we're settling, guys. Come on. We're not being patient out there. We're not working the ball around. That has to change right now.
And Allie, thank you for that. Here's Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. That one goes. And that's his 9th made shot in 12 attempts.
You know, when Porzingis is coming off as the cutter in a pick and roll, his desire is to score and finish the play.
Here's Williams. Defended by Porzingis. Gilgeous-Alexander on the wing. Can't get the bucket from 20 feet out.
I don't know if he's tired or what, but he is definitely holding back a little bit, and he has to step his game up right now.
You know, one thing you got to love about Jrue Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
And he sinks the second. Thunder trail by 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
And they're putting together another quality possession. They're taking control of this game.
You know, a few more possessions like that one, and they can put the finishing touches on this game. They just have to have effective trips like that one.
Back to Dort. To the paint. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. Right side, Tatum. To the inside. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
You know, I like that recognition. He knows he's in rhythm, knows this is the time to give his team some punch.
Fires from the line. Rebound Boston.
He hasn't been able to find his touch this quarter.
Well, not at the offensive end, certainly. He cannot buy a bucket right now.
Brown. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Graham. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off this path when he's on his way to the rim.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, 3-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. Now Holiday to the middle. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Out of bounds. And it's out of bounds to the Thunder as Oklahoma City retains possession.
You see his active hands knocking that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Once again.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot to stop the run. And Hartenstein slams it in.
He turns the offensive board into a big slam.
Wow, he was so well positioned there. Credit his anticipation. Inside. Here's Holiday. Back to Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Celtics.
They had more assists and shot the ball more efficiently. Those things tend to go hand in hand.
And that's so true. Without a doubt, their ball movement was essential to winning this game.
And one player just stole the show tonight, doing everything for his team. A monster night for Kristaps Porzingis.
A quality offensive outing. When you get it going like he did, I'll tell you, it's one of the best feelings in basketball.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. No one near him. Unable to get that one.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Pass to Porzingis. Out of bounds. It'll be Oklahoma City's ball.
Substitution on the court.
So it's Oklahoma City now. 15-point game. Here's Caruso. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
The officials were right on top of that one.
Second team foul.
And the first one at the line is good.
Alex Caruso.
And Caruso drops them both. 27 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort.
Oh, got a piece of it. White on the wing. Down low. Here's Porzingis.
That will help your assist numbers if you're Derek White. You can't miss that guy.
And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. It ends up being a fairly easy road win.
Those are so hard to come by. It's never easy to take a game in someone.
out every show that I get.